Hi, welcome back. So I've got the second part of my shield that I was doing last time today. I'm looking at Legend of Dots. I'd extruded it, kind of gave it a 3D effect with the white background last time I'd thrown in, and I decided that I want to set this up with some animation. So I'm going to get a little bit of a strobing effect going on. And looking at this, I think I'm going to take the colors from the background. So I'm going to flip into selector here. I'm going to go to the background layer. I'm looking at, I got this nice kind of light pastel-y colors going on. I think that's going to look really cool. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to eliminate the top layer here for a while. We're going to work with this outline in the background. And I'm going to just kind of slap on some of the color in the regions that I'm looking at. So if I'm on pencil, I can use control. I'm using the control button on the keyboard to switch over to dropper, so I can sample the colors. I'm going to switch up to outline here. So we got a yellow in there. The yellow can go there. Got this blue color in the background. I'm going to go back up to the outline. Put it in there. Take the green and switch back to outline and put it in here. Okay, so I got these pastel colors. They're looking okay. I'm going to basically take these and set them up on a diagonal bias. So what that means is there's going to be on this layer, I'm going to have diagonal lines of these colors. And what I want to do is have them kind of roll across. So what will happen on the outside of this is that we'll have this effect. Oh, you can even see it in here already. You can have this effect where it's kind of moving from left to right, right? So we'll have those colors alternating, and it'll kind of pull it across on both the top and the bottom section here. Okay, so I'm going to close out that legend again. First thing I want to do is I want to measure the length of my object here. Okay, so I'm going to say start here and go across. Oh, I need to move these guys a little bit so I can see the bottom corner there. Try that again. So I've got a 39 pixel horizontal length. 39 doesn't really divide by 4, but if we go for 40, it does. So let's pretend it's 40. That means that these guys will evenly get 10, 10, 10 each. 10, 10, 10, 10. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to take this guy here. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Yellow one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. Got the blue one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now what's happening to the green one here? It's going to get split. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's going to have to go off the edge, right? So we're not going to have anything on this section here. It's actually going to be separate to that. All right. So the next part of what I want to do is I want to pull these colors up. I'm going to take these guys across. I'm going to copy the whole thing. Paste the whole thing. That's probably going to help. And then I'll move it up in one to the right. Okay, so it's going to have that bias that I was talking about. I'm going to do the same thing again. And over here. Oh. I'm going to have to erase this guy, right? Because this is coming over the edge of the D. Basically what we're looking at is it's got this horizontal line. I can draw this guy up here too. And then we can just use a fill. So I'm going to use the shortcut for fill, Control B, and that's not right, is it? When I look at it, I need to come up here and put this guy here and here as well. Okay, so I'm going to go Shift B, fill that in. Looking pretty good. I'm going to pull this one down as well. 3. And these guys are, this is going to be all all red, right? Okay, so from there I've got the same thing for yellow. Oh, accidentally sampled the red on the way by there. Okay, so yellow's going to come down. It's going to have to drag that one. Right there too. And these guys up here, looking good. So if we switch back this one here, you can get a feel for what it's going to look like. It's going to stream across there, kind of. Take this green, do the same thing over here. Blue's going to come down like this. That one too. Actually, I can probably pull that color out now. I can look at it just like this, and I can get an idea of where my pixels are sitting in here. So my threshold is set at 0. You'll notice that the threshold is set at 0, so I'm still looking at strictly only colors of the same value, but this anti-aliasing over here, the little shading that's going on, is also captured. Okay, so looking at that, looking pretty slick there. When I look in my little rearview mirror up here, it's looking all right. You know what I'm probably going to wind up doing, though, is setting up another white outline around this. I think it's required. Looking at the way that it's been set up, like having another outline or having something that's going to be, defining this a little bit more on the image, it's going to make it look better when it actually gets into the game. Okay. The reason being, the reason for that is because some colors don't work on certain backgrounds. So like if you have a green background, the green's not going to stand out very much. Whereas if you have a different color, then it might. So what happens is with white, when you have the white background just consumes absolutely everything, and it makes it visible, right? Whatever your image looks like, the white's going to be visible on there. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 across here. Eyeball that. Nope, up 2. I'll do left one. There we go. Perfect. Get the whole thing. This one here, we're going to come down across this way. From here. I'll try the same thing here. Let's see if I can get it perfect the first time. There it is. Awesome. Looking good. And then green is going to come in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, 10 to there. Right there. And then the red down below. Interesting. Okay, so the red is actually the whole thing down here too. I'm wondering though, if we go over here, 1, 2, 3. Oh wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, okay, so we need to actually pull some more yellow. Okay, so when I look at that, I'm going to have to bring this here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the 11th one will do. Strip of yellow here too. Okay, cool. So the next part of this is actually that we're going to have to take these graphics and make a new file. So I'm going to first save this. basically what we're going to be looking at doing is exchanging different frames. So I'm going to set up different frames with the background, and then I'm going to copy this legend out into each of those. And then we're going to export it into a GIF image, so it'll be animated. I'm going to do on this animation, you can see that there's all these colors on here. I'm going to go across, so I'm going to go left to right. I'm going to have it scroll left to right. And I'm going to go, actually I think this is a clue down here. If we do two across each time, I think that's probably the way to go. We'll go two across each frame, and then it can just scroll endlessly. Okay, so the way that's going to look, first we're going to have to create a new version of this. I'm going to duplicate, create a layer group. No, I'm going to duplicate. I just click this one? Yeah, duplicate. Okay, so I'm going to say outline frame 2 is outline frame 1. Okay, so this is now going to be outline frame 2, and what we're going to do is we're going to move all of these colors over. So my red is going to completely take over this yellow down here. This green is going to come over too, so I can go 1, 2. The blue is going to come over too. The yellow is going to come over too. I'm going to leave that little hole in there, I think. Just because it's there in the first place, it might be important in the above image. Let's have a look. Not super important, actually. Yeah, actually, you know what? Let's get rid of that. It's just going to cause complications in the process here. We're going to take the blue one out too. So I'm going to change the visibility here. Go back to frame 1. Pop this guy in as blue. Good to go. Okay, and then that means that I have to also move my red over down on the bottom layer here, or on the top layer. Yellow is moved. Now the red comes over. 1, 2. Okay, and then the same thing is going to happen up here. I'm going to take this guy over. Oops, I held shift down like I was drawing a continuous line. So these guys come across too. This guy comes across too. And these guys come across too. So basically this process is going to be repeated all the way along. I'm going to have to replicate it for every single frame. It's going to essentially look like these are going to crawl across the picture. Let's just quickly get a feel for what that animation is going to look like. You can see that, okay, so there is movement there, and they are shifting across. This is going to be like 10 or 20 frames, I think. Looking at it, let's pop this up in front. And it's going to cycle across the image left to right. It's going to look cool. All right, sounds good. I'm going to pop in the rest of these frames, and I will talk to you again shortly here. And I'm back. Okay, so I figured I'd throw in the animation part on the last frame here as well, or second last frame maybe. Basically all the way along here in these frames I've got two variants in the colors that have been set up in here. So I'm going to do the same thing for, this is going to be frame 19. Frame 19. All these colors are moving over by 2. Each band of color is 10 apart. That means that as we move along, slowly they get pushed off the side and replaced with the others. So at this point, the colors have changed drastically, like the position of the colors and where they were from the original frame. But they're slowly marching in the direction that we're animating this. Okay, so basically, the hard part here is maintaining the width of these pixels, and the easiest way to do that is to check. You can see here when I flip this visibility on and off, I can look between the frames. I can see that I need to do this one next. Come up here, put this 2 forward. And that's actually going to carry all the way up into this, this section where the top of the D is up here. So I'll come back down here and use the visibility again. You can see that that's expanding, or it appears to expand. I take this guy, the yellow one over. Oops. Same thing down here. Carrying them over by 2. And then the red is going to come across here by 2. Okay, so now I'm not ready to start the red in this corner here, but if I count from here, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, in the next frame, what we'll be expecting is in frame 20 here, that we're going to have some green showing up in that top corner. Okay, so frame 20. This is going to be the last frame that I'm going to have to animate, because by the end of this one, we're going to be right back around to the beginning again. And if it's going to be a smooth animation, then it needs to end, basically you end at 1 frame before the beginning animation. I know that sounds kind of weird. Hopefully that'll make sense as we get through this part. Oh, I think I just realized I missed a spot here in the previous frame. Oh, so I did. There we go. So right here, there's 1 pixel of green that we needed to add there. Okay, so I'm back up in frame 20. Green one, gonna throw the blue 2 over again. So you might be asking yourself, how did I estimate how many frames it was going to be to the last frame? Like I actually estimated originally it was going to be 20 frames. Looking at the number of pixels that we had across the image was 40, I estimated. It was 39, I think. What I estimated was that this was going to be 39 pixels across, then I was going to move them each by 2 every time. So every pixel there's going to be a movement of 2 every time. Found another one here that I've missed in my previous cell. That's okay. So quickly, what I did when I realized I was doing the movement of 2 pixels per frame, what I wanted to think was, okay, so how many frames across is that going to be when I'm going from left to right? And what happens is that you add, you consider that there's 40 pixels across, and then divide it by 2 animation, and you can see that there's going to be 20. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that means that this guy here and this guy here are going to be green. Okay. So I believe this is my last frame. Let's make it a good one. Oh, I missed my yellow here. Move this yellow across. Oh, screwed that up. There. Okay. So I'm going to check this, look at my movement. Oh, my red here is missing. Got to eliminate that. Otherwise, looking good. There we go. Okay, so now from frame 20, there should be a natural progression to my visible frame 1. So it should move 2 pixels to the right, which it currently does not. It moves a little too far. But that, I think that little too far is actually something that we can fix here. So I'm just quickly going to bring this frame 1 up to the top so I can edit effectively, and then I'll throw it back to the bottom when I'm done. Okay, so frame 1, yes, there's going to be some carryover. But what I'm thinking here is that this wasn't really well considered to begin with. So this guy here actually should look like this. Yeah, looking good. The yellow in the corner down here is looking good. It's doing what it needs to. My blue, my yellow, my red over here looking good. What is my green doing? I think the green goes a little too far, actually, which suggests to me that this is probably too far across, but then maybe in the first frame here it's actually less. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No, it's proper. And then my green here is doing something wrong. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, it is. Oh, it is. Okay. So my green actually needs to be 1 pixel further on this cell. And if I look in frame 19, there's no green at all. And it comes in with 2. Am I happy with that? Does that work properly? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, that looks so good. Alrighty. There you go. Problem solved. Made a mistake in the last frame. So now we have a smooth transition between frame 20, which is the last frame, and frame 1, which is the first. This is going to allow us to loop the animation. So I'm going to take this frame 1 all the way back down to the bottom. And I'm going to do one more time through here. We're going to watch basically a slow motion animation frame by frame. Okay, so I'm going to put all of these to be... actually, you know what? Let's do invisible. And we'll start from frame 1, go to the top. Okay, so I'm removing all the visibility on these guys. So that when I pop this one out, I mean, it's only 2 pixels to the right. So I'm going to go to the next one here. Next one looks good. All the way along. And we have a smooth animation. Okay, so now the trick is going to be throwing this guy in between all of these other frames. And this is a lot of menu work over on the side here. Essentially what I'll be doing will be to copy this and paste it between every single one of these frames and then merge them down. So once again, I'm going to cut that out here, and I'll be right back with that. Okay, so here's the last few. Copy 16. So basically I'm just duplicating these layers, taking them along, and I'm down to the bottom. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this legend copy. If you see, what will happen is that we have legend and then we have outline frame 20. Legend and outline frame 20 basically is going to be our first cell when you combine them in the animation. Whereas down here we're looking at the last cell. So I'm going to go from here first. I'm going to merge this, merge down. So we have frame 1, right? When we come up to copy 17, I'm going to merge the copy down, merge down, boom. Okay, and basically the same process all the way up. Merge these guys, and then what's going to happen is it's going to apply the overlay that we worked on in the last episode here. into that graphic of the animated color border that we're looking at. Okay, so I've got outline frame 8, we're going to legend copy, merge down, legend copy, merge down, and we're going to have 20 clean frames for animation at the end of the process. So interestingly, below all this, we also still have this shield template. So we can consider this, the shield template is going to be garbage. Basically, the background is also going to be garbage, and what we're going to be looking at is just a transparency with our animation. And this is essentially cleaning the graphic up to be exported. So once we export it from GIMP, we're going to put it into a GIF image, a GIF, GIF. There's a big debate about that, how you say that. It's a graphics interface framework, I think, or graphics interface file. If you know the proper pronunciation, or you're not too lazy to look it up like me, go right ahead and check it in the comment there. Okay, and here's the last one, merge down. Okay, so now I have 20 clean frames of animation essentially, and I have this guy here. So yeah, I'm going to save this and export it. And this is what we get. So here's the zoomed in image. We got legend of dots, we got the animation, the smooth scrolling color looks pretty good to me. So next step will be to pop that into the submission system in Grail, get it accepted, and from there I can use it in my my status as an icon. All right. Thanks everybody for your attention to this. Really appreciate the support and the comments that have been coming in. I'm so happy that you know, that you guys liked the animation video or the graphics video. I'm super excited to get more into this. Specifically, probably going to be looking at doing some stuff for Grail, and then moving into some more character-based stuff, maybe some, you know, actual game dev. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.